Good morning, this is the Big JB for Morning Thunder, take 3. I've had to re-record a couple times. First take, I started telling you things that I already told you on Monday about my weekend. You didn't need a weekend update because I had already done one. And then I went way too long talking about my day yesterday. There was a lot of traffic this morning. Some guy in Seattle apparently is we're trying to meet with a lot of rich people, and he's got some agenda that he's wanting to tell people about. Some kind of a foreign sounding name, Barack Obama, I think is how you pronounce it. Barack is here in Seattle, and we're calling it Obama Jam 2012 because all of the freeways are backed up. As Barack is doing, Barack, as if I know him on a first name basis. Yo, B, how's it going, dog? He's here doing his thing. So of course our people are coming in late today because of the traffic. I am coming in late because I slept in. Our 8-year-old had to visit the doctor yesterday because she was having a hard time keeping anything down, and so I had a very rough night on Monday night. After our anniversary, which was kind of a lame way to cap off the anniversary. We did not get much sleep, my wife and I, and so we ended up taking her to go see a doctor first thing in the morning on Tuesday rather, and that was a long day. So ended up sleeping in a bit this morning. Monday night, my wife and I went out to eat. We went to this new Thai place and went to a theater that was down south of us because she hadn't seen the Avengers yet. And so I really wanted to take her to see the Avengers in the theater because it's awesome. So we ate down there. The Thai place was really good. They kind of had a different spin on some of the dishes that we normally like, but the flavors were good. It was a great restaurant, so we had a really good time there. Then we went to see the Avengers. We were super early, so we got our tickets. They hadn't even cleaned the theater yet. So we're just kind of wandering around, and my wife says she has to use the restroom, so I decided I'll go ahead and use the restroom. And I'm in there, and apparently some movie had let out. I assumed that it was Batman because it's playing on like 4 theaters at this place. So we're in the restroom. I'm doing my business. This guy in a cowboy hat goes up to one of the last stalls, and he starts peeing on. He kind of saunters up to it. He's a pretty heavy guy, right? So he's standing there, and he's going to the bathroom, and he's drinking this gigantic soda, right? Which is just weird to me because it's going in and coming out, sort of that weird thing. And then the guy between us, moves away, and he kind of moves up closer to it, and people are weird sometimes, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Finish my business, go to wash my hands. The guy comes up to his sink, he does it, and he goes, well, that ended better than I expected it to. I laughed and I said, I don't even know what to say to that. He looks at me like, what? He didn't say that, but he just kind of looked at me like that. And I said, were you talking about your movie? He said, yeah. And I said, what did you see? And I expected him to say Batman. And he said Batman. And then he kind of started talking about it as if, I'm his buddy. I don't want to meet anybody. This is not, this is not my hangout time. I'm not here to, make friends. But I just thought, that's completely out of context, just walk up and, well, that ended better than I expected to. And I'm like, what do you say to that? So then we're in the theater, and we're getting ready. And my wife and I are, of course, the first ones in there. And this other older, I don't think there were a couple. I think it was a couple old ladies were in there, older ladies anyway, and they sat up in front of us. My wife and I, as we usually do, are in there, joking around, laughing at some of the ads and stuff. And the movie is about to begin, and these another two ladies come in. This is after 2 youth came in, sat down for literally 30 seconds. I think it was even on the preview screen, like the green screen. They came in, the green screen came up saying this preview approved for all audiences. They were there for that long, and then they got up and left. I don't know why. So then these 2 ladies came in, it was as the movie had started. So the movie had been running for a little while already, right? So Avengers is they're leading into it. They're doing the story. And first of all, the ladies that came in, they were both heavy set. And, obviously I don't have anything against heavy set people. I mean, it's, that's what it is. But they had the heaviest footfalls that I have ever felt. And I mean felt, right? This is a concrete, I'm assuming, mostly concrete floor. These ladies are walking up. They walk heavier than I did, okay? And I'm a big dude. I'm 6'4", 250 pounds. I am a big dude. I do not have heavy footfalls unless I'm ticked off. So and she wasn't, okay? And I know that she wasn't. So they go up behind us and they sit down and they are being loud. They're, okay, well, and he, and there's this thing, and blah, blah, and they're being really loud. And I don't even think that they're talking about the movie. And I sat there and I was like, okay, I'll let it go for right now. They'll probably be quiet because the movie's just starting, and we're waiting and watching the movie for a little bit, and they kept going. And I didn't let it go super long, but finally I turned around and I was like, really? Could you be quiet? My wife was like, oh crap. JB's pissed. I was pretty ticked, but we had a good laugh about it because I turned around and I was like, really? Could you be quiet? They were pretty quiet the rest of the movie. They laughed at the right parts and, made the same comments that, my wife and I were making during the film. But, my wife and I say things to each other during the film. But we lean over and tell each other in our ear. We don't sit back in the row and be all loud and blah, blah, blah. Really? Could you be quiet? So then the movie gets done, the credits are rolling, and one of them goes down to the very front. And we're like, what is this lady doing? And she's walking back and forth down in the front, and she'll glance up at the screen. She walks down, and then she does like this weird kind of, looks like sword striking or dance move, or I don't know what's going on. And then she walks back again, and then she does this thing where it looks like she's doing a bow. And I'm like, is she reenacting some of her favorite parts of the movie? It was very weird. It was very weird. So it made me wonder if there was maybe something not quite right there. This is very odd. So we left, ended up getting pulled over because I have a headlight out. And it was like after midnight, right? So the cops are already going to be kind of on the lookout for things, and so the headlights out. He pulls us over. I'm chipper. I figure he knows the headlights out. He's going to give me a ticket. Not give me a ticket. He's going to give me a warning. So he comes up, and seriously, it was like the youngest cop I think I've ever seen. It was, I don't know. He was probably in his mid-20s, honestly. But he takes my license. We have our little discussion. He actually asked how the movie was and stuff. So he was pretty cool. He goes back to his car, and I turn to my wife, and I'm like, he's like 14, right? Right? We made it home without incident, and then, of course, capped it off with my daughter starting to get sick about 3 a.m. So that was loads of fun. So I hope you enjoy those stories. Sometimes the weirdest stuff happens to me. The weirdest stuff ever happens to my brother. I'll have to recount some of his stories sometime, but sometimes weird stuff does happen to me, and I'm glad that I had the reactions that I had, because they make for some great stories. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope everybody has a great day. I will see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate those who like this video. By that I mean click the like button. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye.